Welcome back to your weekly roundup of everything that happened in Zenless Zone 0, where we will cover everything that you missed inside and outside of the game. Hopefully everyone had a good start to the new year, and I hope that you all won your 50/50s for jighNJnSc. In fact, I'm assuming almost all of you pulled for her, so how did your pulls actually go? Let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, starting things off with in-game news, with it being a new year, we of course received the New Year Special Polychrome reward in our inboxes. But it also means a new month too, and so this is your friendly reminder to go and buy out the discounted rolls from the Signal shop, as well as everything that you need from the Scott Outpost Logistics shop. Remember, you can buy the upgrade points needed for the standard agents there now too. Otherwise, on Friday, we will have the event Shadow Riptide Clash. This is going to be the usual HIA event where you will complete various trial stages each day, and you'll be given a trial version of some agents, such as jighNJnSc, in order to test her out and see what you're missing out on, in case you haven't pulled for her already. Also on Friday, we will have our regularly scheduled Shiyu defense reset. For this new phase, the buffs for the final stages will be the following: the Frostbitten Iron, where agents will have their crit damage increased by 15%, and while they are in the Ether Veil state, agents' attacks will also increase by 25%, and their attacks will also ignore 10% of the enemy defense. Obviously, this buff favoring agents like jighNJnSc, Zhao, or Lucia, or basically anybody that can enter Ether Veil. The next stage buff is Rush of Lightning and Fire, which will provide a 30% damage boost to electric and fire damage, with an anomaly proficiency boost of 60 points too. Agents will also start the stage with 40 extra energy, and any attribute anomaly damage will be increased by 20%. This is obviously here to encourage the use of the new buffed kits for Bernice and Grace to take advantage of these elemental anomaly buffs. The last bonus was for Blazing Stream, which will increase agent sheer damage by 10% as well as crit damage by 25%. And then when an agent's ultimate hits enemies, it will ignore 10% of their damage resistances. The sheer bonus here, of course, clearly favoring rupture agents such as Yidhari or Yishen. But speaking of shops resetting though, by the way, if you look over in the Signal shop, you'll notice a new tab. This tab is called the Collectible Exchange, and here you use your special invitations to buy certain things. Special invitations are a new currency that you get whenever you pull an S-rank agent for the 8th or more time. So in other words, you already have them at Mindscape 6, and then you pull them again. That would be the 8th time, and that would give you a special invitation. Now, if you were unfortunate enough that you have already previously had this happen to you before in the past, you will be given the corresponding amount of invitations. But here in this shop though, you can use these special invitations to buy Mindscapes for S-rank agents, or you could even buy the agent outright for the first time and unlock them here too. It does require 2 special invitations though, so it is going to be a bit dicey on how soon you will be able to actually get any of these, but at least the option is there. Right now, you can choose from either of the launch agents as well as Bernice, Jane, and Chingyi. So if you've been having really bad luck when it comes to getting spooked by some agents over and over again, at least eventually you'll have something to work towards. As I mentioned, right now it is just the launch agents, but then also Bernice, Jane, and Chingyi. But I'm sure that over time, other limited agents will also be added to this pool. So if you do have any of these special invitations, maybe it's worth it to hold onto them until somebody that you really want appears in the shop. And then you can either buy them outright, or you can get an extra Mindscape for them. But also, speaking more of limited agents, jighNJnSc has had her whole week in the limelight, which means that it is already time to start with the drip marketing for the upcoming patch 2.6 agents. And now, after a year and a half, the Angels of Delusion, the Idol Girls, are finally coming. We received 2 drip marketing teasers, with the first being for Chinatsu, who is also now apparently called Sunna now in the English version. Chinatsu/Sunna is a physical support agent, and the other teaser was for Arya, an Ether Anomaly agent. I'm not entirely sure why they decided to localize Chinatsu's name into Sunna, because now her name just sounds like some sort of Sunna Deez nuts joke. And it's not like Chinatsu would be a difficult name for people to say, especially considering we have names like Yishen or Shuyen and now jighNJnSc in the game. So I don't think Chinatsu was difficult, but I do feel like this is the first time where a character has had a big name change between the different languages in a Hoyo game, right? Although I could be wrong. Although both Chinatsu and Arya were revealed on the same day, technically speaking, Chinatsu was teased a few hours before Arya. So although that could mean that Chinatsu will be on the first half of patch 2.6 with Arya as the second, because of the order, don't forget that we already have a disc set in the current patch that very clearly favors Arya as an Ether Anomaly agent. And that might imply that the devs want to shill Arya a bit more than any of the other girls, if she's getting her own disc set. And if they want to have Arya be the main hype bringer of the patch, then it could also instead mean that Arya will be in the first half as the patch headliner, with Chinatsu/Sunna as the second half of the banner. So basically, you can choose to either believe in the release order of the promotional videos, in which case it would be Sunna and then Arya, or you could go based off of who you think the devs want to give the most limelight to, which in that case it would be Arya, because she already has her own special unique disc set. But otherwise, these were the only two revealed from the Angels of Delusion, so unsurprisingly, Sunna and Arya will both be S-rank agents for 2.6, leaving the last dual mace girl for last. I don't want to say her name because who knows, maybe they change her name as well. But she will probably be arriving in the patch afterwards in 2.7. So hopefully you've got enough polychrome stocked up to get all of these girls. Speaking of getting enough polychrome though, if you would like to top up on some polychromes yourselves, why not try using LD Shop? Especially considering you can get top-up options cheaper through LD Shop than you would in-game, with discounts of up to nearly 22% for new users. For example, purchasing an internet membership through LD Shop costs only $3.87 compared to the $5 if you were to purchase it in-game. And topping up is really easy. All you need is your in-game user ID and your server. Once you fill those in, you can click on top up, choose your payment method, and within seconds your order is completed and you can see the rewards in-game. And yes, you can even get the double bonus for first time top-ups. LD Shop is a trusted and authorized service that is 100% safe and legitimate. Also, if you use my link in the description when you register on LD Shop, you will also get a 5% off coupon to use. And if you spend over $80, you will also gain a VIP membership, which can earn you free internet memberships and regular coupons. Once again, you can check out the description and the pinned comment to start saving with LD Shop. Moving on to the social media side of things, with the new year, we've also got a new calendar for the month of January, featuring shunguang. The wallpapers now seem to have a new design with multiple comic style panels as opposed to the singular side profile from before. Personally, I kind of prefer this style more. As always, there are both desktop and mobile versions of the wallpaper, which are free to download using the link in the description below. You can also use this wallpaper to mark things down like birthdays. Birthdays such as Chingyi's or Ellen's, who both had their birthdays this past week. So happy birthday to them, as well as anybody else who has a birthday in the coming week. Speaking of freebies though, there's also another new set of character avatars to be downloaded for free, this time featuring avatars for shunguang as well as Zhao. The new patch also means that Twitch drops have been refreshed, so by linking your Twitch account and then watching anybody streaming in the Zenless Zone 0 category for a total of 2 hours will earn you a handful of resources and upgrade materials for free. Meanwhile, over on Twitter, there is also a New Year Lucky Blessing event, whereby going to the tweet linked in the description below and then selecting one of the responses on the tweet, that will put you into a draw to win a merch gift bundle, which includes a chibi acrylic charm, an acrylic fridge magnet, as well as a Bangbu plushie. As a reminder, by the way, the patch is already underway, but for those of you who have friends checking the game out now, or maybe they're returning to the game because of news about the Idol girls, don't forget that the Return to Redo campaign is still underway all the way until the end of the patch on the 6th of February. By sharing your own personal event link with friends and then having them use your link, it'll let you earn entries for the prize draw where you could win some Zenless Zone 0 merch or even a PlayStation 5. And for each friend that uses your link, you will also earn some polychrome yourself up to a maximum of 740 polychrome. The link to the Return to Redo page where you can get your own invite link is in the description below. Otherwise though, hopefully everybody has had a good start to 2026, and I hope that you're all enjoying the new patch. Although it is hard to not be excited for patch 2.6 already, with how the Angels of Delusion have already been teased, being just over the horizon. But otherwise, thank you all for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video, then liking, commenting, and subscribing is greatly appreciated. But until next time, bye bye!